basically, so Vicente, nice to be with us. Well, basically, can you tell us more about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Well, my name is Vicente Linares. I'm from Spain. I am I'm currently living in Boston because my company transferred me. Um, I was born in Spain and raised in Alcoy, a little city located in the southeast of Spain. I have always been interested with everything related to engineering. My passion is to help others, so I decided to study electronics engineer, and later I specialized in biomedicine by taking a master's degree in one of the best universities in Spain, that is Universidad Politécnica de Valencia, in biomedical engineering. Thanks to my good grades and some scientific publications that I had, I was able to get a grant that led me to work at Dominion. Dominion is a Spanish engineering company. Actually, it's my current company. I have been working at Dominion for 10 years now, more than 10 years. So I'm very proud of all the career that I was able to get. I'm currently a healthcare manager, leading a technical team in our PMO, Project Management Office. My division is focused on designing, constructing, and maintaining hospitals. So I have a extensive experience, in healthcare industry, especially medtech, project management, consulting fields. So last year, I was transferred to Boston in order to create a new PMO here in Boston to expand our business in this country. So yeah, that's all. That's a brief summary about me.
What brought you to do an MBA? Because many of my students, they want to do an MBA because they want to work in America, to have a better job. Probably you're much better paid in Boston than you are in Madrid. So you're already in America. So why spend so much money? Why you lose your job? Why lose your job, and why spend so much money when you're already in America?
Well, now I mean, the collective goal that we have in Boston is to create a new PMO, new project management office. We only have one in Madrid that is focused on all the projects that we have around the world. So now we would like to split into two divisions: the Americas PMO and the Europe, Africa, and Middle East division that is located in Madrid. So I was assigned to this project. Which I think it will last like 1.5 years. So we are close to finish that successfully, that project. Yeah, for me it was a dream. Actually, I have been trying to come to Boston and the US for 3 years because I know that my company will be able to do that. So now it's my dream. Actually, my wife and we are living here in Boston, and we have decided to stay in a long time here in Boston.
Okay, very good. By the way, will your company support you, or you're going to resign, or your company will support you, and what type of support can you expect from them?
No, I'm considering to resign. Actually, this is something that is not decided yet, but yeah, I have my personal strategy is to resign, to leave my company. Well, later we can talk about all the scholarships that I got, but yeah, they are not a sponsorship, my MBA program.
But you see, for instance, we could consider, for instance, staying in the company, but that they pay for an executive MBA. Is it something that you have considered with them? So, for instance, to offer them to still pay you while you do an executive MBA, or not?
Can you repeat, Doctor?
Yeah, for instance, you could consider that they will pay for an executive MBA, okay, or they will support you for an executive MBA. What is it? Is it something you talk to them, or they were not open to this?
Yeah, 2 years ago, I was considering to enroll in an MBA, and they told me that I wanted to negotiate that part, but they told me that they are not going to do that. So yeah, for me, to be honest, I think that when I will tell them that officially I'm leaving, I think they will try to negotiate that part. I'm not sure, but officially they don't have this, these political things is kind of is kind of their rules. They don't sponsor master's degrees.
Okay. Maybe you should talk to them. Huh? You talk to them.
Yeah, I'm sure that I will. Actually, now that I have already been accepted by BU, Boston University, I inform my boss and my responsible about everything. I think they are considering to take that action about that.
Yeah, because I don't know the price, but to give you an idea, if you study at Kellogg, Kellogg Executive MBA in Germany, you can pay, you can reduce the price to $90,000. Okay, 90,000 euros, which means that you have the Kellogg MBA name, because they don't give you an executive MBA. You have on the degree written MBA, and as you know, Kellogg has an office in Miami, which is something that I advise you to do, by the way, or in Chicago. Miami, why? Because it's a Spanish hub, okay, and for you it may be interesting to be there. So that's something. If I were you, I will consider it, and we could maybe apply to Kellogg as well, okay, because that's something you can consider. So tell me, why have you decided to stop working for 2 years to do an MBA? What is the reason? Is it because you want a break in your life? Because you want to learn? Because you want to do something else? What are your motives?
Well, in my case, my academic background so far has been technical. Fortunately, I have been able to learn a lot throughout the 10 years of experience that I have at Dominion, team management, team leadership. But however, I truly believe that an MBA will provide me the necessary tools that to be able to take on more responsible and demanding roles, not just a technical manager. Yeah. So I believe that an MBA will enhance my ability to, for example, take more strategic decisions, to lead teams more efficiently, not just technical teams, and to drive innovation. Yeah, because nowadays there are a lot of changes in the market about technology, so I would like to update my knowledge and skills about it. And finally, yeah, because especially healthcare and medtech, I truly believe that in the next years they will face a lot of changes in the market. So I would like to be prepared for that. Finally, in my case, as I mentioned earlier, my wife and I have decided to live in Boston for a long time. So now I don't have networking here. So now I think that an MBA will be very important because of that. And BU has, among all the options that I had, BU have an extensive networking and connections, especially in healthcare and medtech.
Yeah. So what is it to be in Boston? You like your life in Boston? What does your wife do, by the way? And what do you like in Boston?
Actually, I love it. Except winter. Winter is tough. It's very hard in Boston. But yeah, autumn, winter. Winter. No, spring is amazing. Summer is as well very nice and convenient. I love. I'm a biomedical engineer. Boston was my dream because they have a medtech, biotech ecosystem and hub, amazing. So I always wanted to live here because the environment is amazing. Fortunately now with my company, I'm feeling that I'm not connected to that ecosystem enough. So yeah, I would like to live here, and especially my wife was able to came to get a job here. So yeah, I think it's the perfect city for us.
Okay, very good. So tell me, maybe that's something that all our students want to know, even students and our students as well. So what is the process to apply for an MBA in the US, and how different it is from the process of applying for a European program?
Okay, well, regarding the BU MBA admission process was very smooth, very well organized. Everything started, you have to submit all the documentations that you have, essays, resumes, letter of recommendations, test scores. And this is important for the students, international students that are coming to study to the US. You have to try to submit all your transcripts about your degrees. This is a very important, a key factor, because you will need to transfer everything to the GPA and everything that is here is normal. So when I submitted everything, I had to wait kind of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they accepted my profile for the next step, that was an interview. In my case, was an in-person interview, because obviously I'm living in Boston. For me, it was very convenient. But I always recommend, having a in-person interview. I think it's better. They always value. I think, or I felt that they value more that. And after that, I had to wait like a month, more or less. And they called me and they told me that they accepted my profile. And at the same time, they tell you that in my case, I was awarded with a scholarship, which was amazing.
Okay. Alors, so tell me, so that's the good news. So tell me, so to which program have you applied? What have been the outcome? And how much in total have you received?
Sure. Well, BU was one of my best options, because BU, Boston University, has a dual degree. And first of all, they have a health sector MBA. It's kind of the same MBA, but they have a bunch of electives focused on healthcare. So they call it, health sector MBA. That for me fits perfectly because of my future career goals. Mm-hmm. And in order to achieve, or in order to be able to get a STEM visa, I wanted to enroll in a dual degree. That is a combination with the MBA and the Master Science in Digital Technology. With that combination, with that dual degree, you will, as a student, you will be able to apply for a STEM visa. That, if you don't know, obviously, guys, the STEM visa is I think it's the science, technology, engineering, and medical. Yeah, something like that. If you are studying an MBA or whatever program that is related with those fields, you will be able to stay to study with your F1 visa, and after the graduation, you will have between 2 or 3 years for working in this program. So for me, it was very, very important that. So I was accepted for that program, dual degree. And about the scholarship, in my case, I was very lucky because BU awarded me 40,000 per year. But two weeks ago, they called me. They told me that they increased my scholarship, so now I have $50,000 per year. That for the full program, 2 years program, is $100,000.
Okay, so it's of course it's very impressive. But you will do a double degree or an MBA only, or it's a double degree that you do?
Can you repeat? Sorry.
Will it be a double degree, or it will be an MBA only? Yeah, it will be an MBA only, or you do a double degree?
Dual degree, yeah. For me, I think it's the best is the dual degree, because as I mentioned earlier, I think is the next challenges that will have medtech, especially in the US, medtech and pharma fields, the combination of technology and business will be essential.
And the second one is what? It's an MSc in what? Vicente? In which field? What is the name of the second degree?
Yeah. Digital technology. Master Science Digital Technology. Okay,
so it's a good thing. So of course it's a very good program, because you're going to have like 2 education, and it's a very impressive profile. According to you, why did you receive a scholarship? Why did they give you? Why have they been so generous?
My opinion about that.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Why
I
is
have.
so generous with you?
Well, actually, I didn't expect that because I didn't have a GMAT score.
Yeah.
But it's true that I have a solid and long and extensive experience, technical experience. So I think my profile was good. The most important thing about me is that I wanted to be able to express that my experience was good and I was going to be a very good student. So in that case, for example, well, you, Dr. Uber, helped me a lot because you gave me all the keys that I need to focus on the best points that I need to improve my profile, not just in the essays, letter recommendations, but throughout all the application. So I think the interview was very important. In my case, not just all the documentations that I submitted and all the experience that I have, is the interview was very important. In my case, I practice a lot. Actually, I was practicing with my wife every day, so about all the questions. Dr. Rube, gave me a huge list of questions about all the questions that BU usually ask. So I was able to practice a lot and prepare very well.
Yeah, it was very good. Why have you chosen Boston College, Boston University, Northeastern? No, not Northeastern, but Babson. Why have you chosen this? Basically, you chose 4 and you applied to 3 at the end, if I'm right. So why this choice? What did
That's
you
right.
enjoy? What did you like? What did you appreciate about all these schools? Tell me.
That's correct. Yeah. 2 years ago, I started to study for the GMAT process. Unfortunately, my company two months later transferred me to Chile to work, and I was able to prepare as the best way possible. So I took a break, and that wasn't a very good option or decision for me. But at the end of the last year, I decided to restart all the GMAT process, everything. And I talked to Dr. Rube. He told me a lot of options that I have, not just for the GMAT, but the good or the best schools or colleges that are accepting GMAT waivers. A GMAT waiver is the option that you can, if you demonstrate that you have a quantitative experience, for example, with your degrees or with your company that you have worked, you can apply for that GMAT waiver. They gave me that GMAT. Four universities gave me that GMAT waiver. And those were Boston University, Boston College, Northeastern, and Babson College. As you can see, I only have a requirement that I wanted to stay in Boston. So those 4 were very, very good options. Northeastern wasn't very good for me because they didn't provide, or they don't provide a STEM designated MBA program. So I really wanted to STEM designated MBA because as I mentioned before, studying or having a STEM, not having a 2 years later or after graduation to work here in the US was very, very, very essential to me. So at the end, I had 3 options: BU, BC, and Babson College. I was accepted by BU, as I mentioned. I was accepted by Boston College, BC. Babson College, I was accepted for the interview, and they put me in a white list. Obviously, that was the last part, and I was already accepted by BU, BC, so I reject that option. And the final decision was between BU and BC. Comparing both, I think BU was a better option for me because I'm a biomedical engineer and all the things that I already said.
Have you been in contact now since then? So you have been in contact with BU because of the application process, because they offered your scholarship, but what type of interaction did you have as part of a pre-MBA program? Sometimes they organize a sort of gathering with future admits. What have been your contact with the BU lately?
That's a very good question because 2 weeks ago, they organized an admitted students open house event, which was amazing because before that, I visited the campus twice, And this is something that I always recommend because they value that you are trying to visit them, because they can meet you and they can see you, and you can talk with alumni or some current students that they can give you some piece of advice. And I love that university because of that university or that campus, the Questrum campus, because they organize a lot of events, networking events, a lot of events focused on healthcare. So I went to some of them. I met a lot of people, even before I was admitted. And after I was admitted, I went to the admitted students open house, and I was able to meet all the, not all, but a lot of teachers, professors, some students that had been accepted as well. So for me, it was a peace of mind because I made sure that BU was one of the best options for me. They organized a pre-MBA course in August. Actually, it's something that I'm considering. I have applied for that, but they didn't give me the resolution.
It's a good idea, by the way, Vicente. It would be a good idea to attend a pre-MBA class.
Definitely, because they prepare you, but as well they can give you some networking advices. For me, it's very, very important that, because now, for example, I'm interested in apply for a summer internship. The 3 months that you can work in the summertime for between first and second year. So you have to start your application as soon as possible. So in August is a very good moment to, visit some events, networking events, meeting companies. I'm interested, for example, in Johnson & Johnson, Medtronic, Takeda. These kind of companies, they have a lot of events in summertime. So for me, it would be very important, not just to be prepared before starting the MBA program, but to meet a lot of people in that pre-MBA course.
Okay. So yes, perfect. I understand. By the way, if you need some books, something, I can give you a pre-MBA course to do. By the way, some books to read, some videos to watch. I can send you something like that, Vicente, because it can be very useful.
Thank you,
yeah,
Dr.
Yeah. So tell me, the question that I have for you is that, do you think it's going to be difficult for you because you have a technical background, you're going to study business, you're going to have to study engineering, digital marketing, whatever? Do you expect to have a challenge, or you take it easy? How do you feel now? Are you scared, anxious, confident?
Well, for me, is, as I mentioned earlier, it's a dual degree. So this is one of my main questions when I visit the campus, because I'm kind of worried about being too busy to focus on all the subjects, all the electives. But this is something that I'm really not worried, but I want to be prepared. So for me, I think it's gonna be very I don't know, very challenging, all the business electives. For example, negotiation, or all the case studies, because I'm not used to studying this kind of things. So for me, it's going to be difficult. I have the digital technology, or the master's degree in digital technology, the MSDT. I think it's going to be easier for me because I have a engineering background, but I'm excited because I really love that, and I would like to update those skills and knowledge for me, because, for example, AI, robotics, cybersecurity, these kind of things are going to be very important in the coming years for especially medtech and pharma. So I truly believe that this is going to be a key factor in my profile. So I think I'm going to be more comfortable, but I want to be a top student. So I would like to study a lot of that and to specialize in that.
In there. So what was the interview like? Because some people are very scared by the interview. what was it like to be interviewed at BU or BC, whatever? So, and
Yeah.
what piece of advice would you give to the people who have the interviews with top US business school?
Yeah. Um, yeah. For example, in my case, I was scared. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I'm kind of nervous guy. But the key factor is to practice a lot, practice a lot before that. Yeah, because you will have time to practice. They accept your profile for the interview, and you can schedule that interview in between I think it's 2 and 5 weeks. In my case, the gap was
yeah,
4 weeks. So it was Christmas time, so for me it was 2 weeks for studying that, for practicing that. And when I was there, I was relaxed because I was aware that I was very well prepared. Um, the time was 45 minutes, more or less. It was a current student who was there. She was very nice. And in both cases, I mean, not just BU, but BC as well. They were current students, and obviously they were amazing, very nice. They are focused on your background, but as well they want to make sure that you want or you have skills to solve problems. So obviously you will have on internet, you will have a lot of questions, typical questions. Why that MBA? Tell me more about you. Give me some responsible or leadership example in your. That is obviously that will be asked for sure. But at the end, they ask you some uncommon questions because they want they want to make sure that you want or you are ready to solve problems in unexpected situations.
okay. So, last piece, because I'm going to let you go to work now. So, last piece of advice you would give to someone who wants to apply from Spain and from outside Spain. For any international applicants, what piece of advice would you give for someone who wants to
Well,
apply to top MBAs? And
yeah, I think the best advice that I can give is I can give you guys is to start as early as possible. Definitely this is especially if you are working at the same time, because the GMAT study is gonna be tough. So yeah, if you don't have time, I would like to recommend I don't know, no lose momentum. Let me explain. GMAT process is obviously is a marathon, so you have to be prepared to be consistent. This is a very important thing, to be consistent. So if you don't have time, don't worry, don't give up. Just 1 hour per day is good. So try it. Don't take breaks as me. Don't week offs. Because if you will lose momentum, it's going to be hard to restart everything. So that will be very important for the GMAT process. Secondly, I will say that I highly recommend visiting the campuses. This is something that you, Dr. Ruber, told me. I wasn't sure that was going to be so important, but when you are visiting, they value that effort. Especially, I mean, it's going to be difficult if you are living abroad or you are applying for a school that is abroad. But if you do once, for example, in an admitted students event, or I don't know, it's very useful for your application. Lastly, I will say that, yeah, as I mentioned before, I highly recommend preparing very well for the interviews. That is a key factor. You know that your profile is good. They like your profile, but if you express that you are nervous or you are not prepared to solve problems, that's gonna be difficult to get accepted. So yeah, practice a lot about all the questions before the interview.
exactly. So it was very nice to have you there. So yes, maybe the last piece of advice would be to listen to people who know. imagine that you had decided that no, you would like to do the GMA, that no matter what you want to try. You have listened to my piece of advice, and finally, the outcome is very good. You agree? Because you cannot, honestly, the type of degree you're going to have in Boston, staying with your wife, with the price you're going to pay, it's a very good deal that you're getting. You agree? Okay?
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's a very good deal. And at the same time, people should inquire more about the US, but BU is a good name in America. Questrom School of Business is one of the top 20. So honestly, I'm sure that the starting salary at BU is higher than the starting salary at INSEAD and IAC. I'm sure. Okay, if you make a research, care life is more expensive in America than it is in Europe, but I'm sure that the starting salary. So you have to say, look, you go there, you get a scholarship, starting salary is higher, prime is STEM, so it opens you the doors to the US. You're European, you can come back to Europe if you want. So it's a very good value for money that you got. And because we have worked as a team, okay? And too many times I meet students who look at me, they should say, wow, the guy went to Harvard, UPenn, Stanford, he knows about all that. And I meet too many times people who don't listen to what I say as if they know better than me. Okay, good luck. And finally, we will fail. Huh? And one of the great results is that you have been a good listener and you have been a good manager. So you see, Vicente, good managers are people who listen, respect, and at the end, you get the results. Okay, so for that, I congratulate you because you have followed the approach that we had settled together and it worked. Okay, so I will be happy, of course, to get extra news. Probably in 1 year, I will contact you if you can get another interview so that you tell me, or in 1 year and a half, so that you tell me how it goes. Because, of course, I believe that we need, since they gave you this money, it's also important that you promote the school. Maybe in 1 year and a half, that you explain what you can get if you study at BU. And I have a lot of followers, probably there will be 1,000 people will watch the video. It's a good thing because people will know about what you do. It's a way for you to give back to BU. And anyway, if you have something that you want to organize for us, we are open. And if you say, look, maybe we should interview the dean or the admission officer, I will be open to do so later on this year. Huh? Okay. But anyway, it was very nice to work with you because you're an easy person to work with because you listen. Huh? And that's something that, and look, the results are amazing. Huh? You agree?
I agree. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Uber. I appreciate a lot your help and support. Yeah.
Okay, me too. It was nice to work with you. So I wish you a good day, and we'll talk later on. Have a good day, Vicente.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.